morning. My name is Yasmire. I'm a rising sophomore from Orangeburg, Wilkinson High School.
Good morning. My name is Aarington. I'm a rising senior at Richland Northeast High School.
And our research topic was on the antimicrobial activity of mint leaf extraction on gram-positive bacteria.
The Staphylococcus epidermidis and Mycococcus luteus, and also our antibiotics. So mint has 4 species: Japanese mint, peppermint, spearmint, and bergamot mint. But the mint that we will be talking about is Mentha piperita, also known as peppermint.
So when we think of mint, we also know it for the refreshing application. But mint is far more powerful and enhancing than one thinks. It's used to promote digestion, to relieve headaches, for respiratory disorder, for skincare, etc., etc. So our project was revolved on how this small thing that's so powerful, which is a natural healer, can get rid of this bacteria.
The difference between gram-positive bacteria and gram-negative bacteria, so you can see right there, gram-positive has a thicker layer of peptidoglycans, while gram-negative only has 1 layer of peptidoglycans. So while when we do the gram staining process, then gram-positive will retain the crystal violet color that is given, while when we're doing the decolorization process, gram-negative will be washed away, and it will be left with this pink color right here, while gram-positive will be left with this purplish color right here. Staphylococcus epidermidis is found in all healthy places in human skin and mucosal surfaces. It does not cause any diseases, but it will remain a relationship with its host. And Mycococcus luteus is found in soil, dust, water, and air, and it also stays on mammal skin. It can cause septic shock, pneumonia, UTI, or a person with a low immune system.
So our research serves as a representation how the mint leaf extract can provide a natural elimination of the gram-positive bacteria. We believe that if we perform the water treatment method using distilled water and the ethanol extraction method on the mint leaves, that it will be fully capable of fighting off this gram-positive bacteria. We predicted that if we did the ethanol method, that it would provide a larger zone of inhibition. So some of the materials and methods that we used was the microbiology methods, which includes the sterile technique, making of the media, and pouring of the culture plates. We also used 2 extraction methods, which is the ETOH, ethanol mint extraction, and the water treatment method. And we also used the disk diffusion assay, which is used for the antibacterial sensitivity testing.
Our materials and methods. We use our sterile technique where we disinfect the lab with 70% ethanol. We use our media preparation where we accurately weigh 10 grams of LB of our media. We did our media sterilization where we sterilize our media in an autoclave. We did our plate pouring where we perform media plate pouring by pouring the media into a petri dish with over an open flame to reduce contamination. We did our streaking technique where we pick a single colony from each gram-positive bacteria using a streaking method to isolate our own bacteria in our petri dish. And what we do is we use a loop and sterilize the loop in an open flame, and then we get an isolated colony from a petri dish that already contains bacteria in it and transfer it over to our petri dish that we made with our media guard and streak it on in a zigzag way right there. Get 30% of the plate. Then you turn the plate 90 degrees, sterilize the loop in an open flame right there, and then you streak it again in a zigzag line. Sterilize the loop one more time, turn the plate in another 90-degree angle, zigzag it on, sterilize the loop one more time, and put it in an incubator for 37 degrees Celsius overnight.
So this is one of the methods that we use, which is the ETOH extraction method, the ethanol extraction method. First what we did was we accurately weighed 10 grams of mint leaves. After doing that, we washed them with distilled water and let them dry. We mixed the mint leaves and we placed them in a jar with pure alcohol. Doing that, we let the alcohol and the mint leaves submerge. We capped the jar and we put them in a dark place. We put it in a dark place so this can act as a catalyst and speed up the process. And also, the light can have sensitivity on the extraction, so that's why we did that. This usually takes 4 to 6 weeks, but due to our short duration of time here in this program, we can only do it for 2.5 weeks. So after the 2.5 weeks, we filtered it with a syringe and we got our mint extraction.
our water treatment method. We wash them in tap water and then rewash it in distilled water. Then we mince and weigh 10 grams of leaves and put it in 100 microliters of distilled water. And then we boil it in 10 grams of mint and put it in 100 ml of distilled water for 20 minutes, then filter and store the mint extract.
So the antibacterial sensitivity assay, also known as the disc diffusion method, was another method that we used. It was first used by Kirby Buer in testing, and what you do is you take a sterile disc and you place your antibiotic on the sterile disc, and you place it on a petri dish with your bacteria on it. And with that, you incubate it, and when you incubate it overnight, which we did at 37 degrees Celsius, we could see the zone of inhibition, which tells us the effectiveness of the antibiotic on the bacteria. And the zone of inhibition, as shown here, and here, and here, the bigger it is, the more sensitive the bacteria is to the antibiotic. So with that, we measure that using a ruler with millimeters.
What we do is we label, well, for the testing of the antibacterial activity of mint leaf extraction, we label our agar plate, and for our sample that we're using, then we inoculate our plates for the liquid culture that we're using to test that bacteria. Then we place the testing samples onto the surface of the agar using an aseptic technique. We incubate the plates at 37 degrees Celsius overnight, and in the morning when we pull it out, we observe our zone of inhibition.
These are our results that we have. These two, the Staphylococcus epidermidis and the Micrococcus luteus, that's our 2 gram-positive bacteria. But also working with us, we also had 2 individuals that did the same experiment as us, but they used gram-negative bacteria, which is these 3 right here. And as you can see, compared to the water and the ethanol method had more of an effect on the gram-positive, on all the bacteria actually. And the gram-positive bacteria was more sensitive to the antibiotics and the extraction methods than the gram-negative bacteria. And these are the same results, except it serves as a graphical representation of our numerical results. And these are 2 gram-negative bacteria, and these are the gram-positive bacteria, and these are 3 gram-negative bacteria.
Our results show that the water treatment level extraction method was less sensitive, and the ethanol extraction method was more sensitive. The gram-positive bacteria was more sensitive than the gram-negative bacteria. Due to the short duration of the time, we couldn't fully extract the mint because it takes 4 to 6 weeks, and we only have 4 weeks in the program. But to further our research, we will fully extract the mint and see how we can use different extraction solvents such as chloroform and ether to extend our extraction methods.
These are references. And also, in addition to learning all of this and doing our project, we also touched on several different things. Like above, we did gram staining to tell the difference between our gram-negative right here, the pinkish color, and our gram-positive bacteria, which is purple. We also touched on the MNR in the organic lab with another group. They work with MNR, so we worked with them a little. And we also did a literature review, which we got research papers off the internet related to our topic, and we discussed them. And surprisingly, we saw that a lot of this work is not done in the United States. It's usually done in India and Greece, etc. And we would like to express gratitude to each individual that contributed to our project being such a success, and those who granted us with the opportunity to participate in this excellent program that includes Dr. Angela Peters, Dean Tisdale, Mrs. Emma Colson, Ms. Cherry, Dr. Harris, and Dr. Panasic, the Epscor Research Program, Kiana Ware and Edwin Simpson, Takia McClare, and our fellow peers, family, and Cleveland community.
Done in countries outside of America. But the two of you having done the research and looking at the results that you have gotten, would you suggest that there are ways that you can use natural types of remedies as opposed to pharmaceuticals?
With the fast-paced medicines that we use, even though of the slow progression, it also comes with the side effects of using the pharmaceutical medicines.
Purpose of putting it through distilled water.
With the alcohol, the ethanol, rather than with the water.
The ethanol was more powerful or had a greater effect on the gram-positive bacteria due to, I think because we took more time to break down the more time with the ethanol treatment, the 2.5 weeks, but with the water treatment method, it was like quick and you didn't have a chance to fully extract the oils from the mint.